So I'm out mowing the lawn today, which is usually the best time for me to just think a lot. Doesn't take a lot of brain power to mow the lawn, so I can use my brain for other things at that point. And one of the thoughts that crossed my mind was vulnerability. As I'm watching the lawnmower, torture this grass as I'm cutting it. And I'm thinking that people give so much sometimes, and other people don't notice that they are vulnerable. People who are super strong all the time, when they show somebody that they are vulnerable, and then that vulnerability is taken advantage of, that can break a strong person faster than anything else that I know. As a teacher, this is something that I see. I know this. I don't know why it crosses my mind as I'm mowing the lawn. But I watch people's interactions with each other. I watch my own interactions with other people. And it is amazing what harm we can do to each other with just a few words. Being somebody who, in my opinion, and other people have said so as well, so must have a little bit of truth to it, is good with words. I suppose I could really, really hurt somebody with my words, and I know that I have to be super, super careful to not do that. At the same time, I'm an extremely strong person. That's what I show to the world. That's what I give everybody, is that strength that I have to overcome various things. And, I am not always that strong person. Sometimes I do feel vulnerable. Sometimes I do need other people in my life to be strong for me. And I realized that being such a hard ass all the time and not being willing to share that vulnerable side of me, that is not a natural thing. I wasn't born that way. Most people who are like that, they weren't born that way. There's a reason for that. And then we go through our lives and various things happen to us, and we react to those things in different ways. Some of us shut down. Some of us break. Some of us build walls between us and other people. And I don't know which one of those things is worse. I know that I've done all three of those things at various points in my life. But one thing that I have learned lately with this new amazing man who has come into my life is that I am a vulnerable person who has built up walls, who has allowed other people's thoughts and words to cause me to shut down some of the things that I love the most about myself, especially that creative piece in me. And that just makes me so sad to think about that. I know now how lucky I am that I have those abilities, and that at different points in the past I've been able to share those things with other people. I used to write all the time. That's what I did. When something was bothering me, when I was really happy about something, anytime I felt some kind of an emotion, I would just write. And then I would sometimes share those writings with people. Sometimes I would not. I know that I had 16 journals at one point that were just full of poetry and short stories and sayings and just different things, words that came out of my mind. And because of various things that happened to me in my past, When I was 16 years old, I took those, threw them all in a big dumpster, and burned them. And now I don't have those to share. I don't have those to look at and to share with the world. To share with Justin, who I think would love to see some of that stuff, to know me, who I was back then. You know, at another point in my life, I completely shut music out of my life because somebody hurt me. Even recently, in the last couple of years, I have shut things out of my life that were beautiful because somebody told me that I wasn't good enough. And somehow I believed them. Hi, Elvis. That's my big boy right there. And you know, I don't want to ever be that person who breaks somebody or who makes them build walls up. Hi, Bubbles. Say hi, Elvis. Okay, now back up. I want to be like this big guy right here who just makes people feel better. So, you know, it just makes me want to look at the people who I surround myself with, ask myself, how do I treat them? How do I use my words to affect them? Do I use them as a weapon, or do I use them as a way to build people up? I certainly hope that I use them as a way to build people up. I want people around me to always feel uplifted when they're around me, and to never ever feel like I think that they're not good enough, or that there's something missing about them. You know, think about, here I go again using the lawn, but think about, you mow your grass and it cuts it. It destroys it. But it also makes it better. It can't just grow and grow, because it will, whoa, Elvis, that's lovely. You know, growing, it will get out of control. So you can't just always let it do its own thing. So you cut it, and then the sun hits it, and it gets no water, and it burns, and doesn't grow back. Or you cut it, and it has sunshine, and you water it, and you give it that nourishment that it needs so that it can grow. And then you cut it again. But you always continue to love it and to give it the nourishment, nurture it, if you will, so that it can grow and be beautiful. You know, we do this with our lawns, but do we do this with the people in our lives? I wonder if we would pay as much attention to how we treat people and how we use our words to help people grow and to nurture those and to nurture the relationships in our lives, if maybe the world would be as beautiful as many people's lawns.